So this video is going to be a little bit brutal, but I think that it's true. And I think it's something that you won't hear from an acting school. They won't teach you this at drama school, at acting university, because it sort of goes against their business model. People wouldn't pay a bunch of money if they were going around saying this. And what it is that I want to say is that the reason why you might not be a very good actor is because you are doing too much acting. You are focusing on acting too much. What doesn't make sense to me is most people who want to be actors and pursue acting are young people, late teens, early 20s, people with the least life experience. Yet they will spend every waking minute, I don't know if that's the expression, but they will spend a lot of time working towards becoming an actor. What does an actor do? An actor represents the people, apparently. So how can you get good at portraying life experiences if you've got very limited life experience yourself? If all you do in your time is work towards being good at portraying life experiences, but your actual life, do you know what I'm trying to say? It doesn't really make sense. So surely then, to be a good actor, instead of spending 3 years studying acting, you should spend 3 years living as many different experiences as possible. I'm not saying this is true, but I think there could be some truth to it. And what I do think is true is definitely not just focusing on acting. I think it's good to work on, focus on acting, take classes, sure. But if I speak from my own experience, and I've mentioned this on the channel a few times already, but if I speak from my own experience, I studied acting. I did a 3-year course, and I learned a little bit. Yeah, I'm not saying I didn't, but I would also say that being on that 3-year course made me overthink acting. Maybe that's a me issue, but it made me systemize acting too much. I sort of lost the intuitive nature of acting. What I did after the course was I just worked on filmmaking. I spent 2 years just being behind the camera. And I learned a lot more being behind the camera than in front of the camera, because all of a sudden I had more perspective. I had more life experience as well, I guess, but I had more perspective on what is required of an actor. And when you are the actor, you can't see that because you're so, I guess, self-centered, so self-absorbed. I am acting. What do people want from me as I am the actor? When you become the other people, you know what you want from the actor. So speaking from my own experience, taking time away from acting but spending time in other creative areas like being behind the camera, video editing, that's helped my acting. And I also feel just working different jobs has helped I think it's helped me become a better actor because I've got more life experience. From an experience perspective, it makes more sense to do things other than just acting, to live life, to go places, to go to different countries if you can, to work various jobs. And from a performance perspective, it makes more sense to work in do different creative jobs so you understand the actor's role better. So it makes no sense to just focus on acting. That's my opinion. That's not a universal truth. I mean, if you look at a lot of actors, actually, quite a few of them, Harrison Ford is the one who comes to mind. He didn't become an actor until I think he was about 30, because he was working. He was just living a normal life. Jason Statham was a street merchant in London. They were casting for a character who was a street merchant. Why would you cast someone who spent years trying to get good at pretending to be different people when you could just cast someone who is a legit street merchant and you know will portray that? And now look at Jason Statham. What I'm doing here on the channel, I'm doing this event called Film It Yourself, which is a digital film festival where actors film their own films. And I believe this will improve the actor's ability to act, because they will get more experience, they will do more jobs, because they'll have to be behind the camera if they're going to make their own films. So I'm excited to see if others will agree with me after taking part in Film It Yourself. If you'd like to take part, I'll put up a video now which goes more in detail into what Film It Yourself is. But I'm very interested to know if this is if this is a feeling that is felt amongst many others, or if it is just me. But I think the main thing is, it doesn't make sense to spend your time working towards portraying others when you haven't spent any time actually existing, actually living, actually being in the world. How can you portray the world? How? I sort of just wanted to give my thoughts on that and see if any of these thoughts, if any people have these thoughts as well. Let me know.